Welcome to Lexington, Kentucky, the Bluegrass State and home to the Kentucky Wildcats. And Big Blue Nation has turned out, revved up, and ready to go. Maybe you need a little caffeine, or maybe the sheer energy of this matchup will keep you wide awake, as we know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on a team who is rested and ready, coming off a bye, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Hawkeyes will kick it off to get us underway. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So Kentucky's offense takes the field to start this game off. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you'd build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big frame you can really utilize.
The tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands, what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. The run from the shotgun. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Trying play action. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
That defender was in outstanding position on that last play. Great job reading the receiver and running with him. There's no penalty. He gets his eyes and locates the ball. He just has to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
He's loose on the right. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Kentucky!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. So Iowa's offense will take the field for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Leaves it with the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3. And the Hawkeyes line up to punt it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Looking left. Got his man downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Let's see what they've got on second down. Let's go. They feed him again. Finds his way for 3 after the 33. Now facing a 3rd and long. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. They'll leave it with him. Staying physical in the red zone as he's pulled down after picking up 3. Ball's at the 14. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. The Hawkeyes in the hurry up. They'll try to run it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Now on 2nd and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hawkeye! Well, 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 somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Makes his connection. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
Throws for the tight end. And the missed connection on third down. Kentucky will be forced to punt.
Number 15, on to kick it away.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. And the Hawkeyes will have it first and 10. He's going to pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Now second and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1. The Hawkeyes want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa! And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior.
When a running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Takes the handoff. It's Patterson. They knock him down inside the 30 at the 29. It's a pickup of 6. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Wilcox. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. The quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
First down for this offense. Going to the run, it's Patterson. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Wants to fire on second down. Working the middle, it's complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. They're bringing heat. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Smashes it between the uprights. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. New Mexico State is ahead in this one. This team plays a hard-nosed brand of football there in Las Cruces, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over the Royals. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Defense just fumbling, securing it. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Able to run it out to the 28 on first down. Now it's 2nd and 7. Power football with the run. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll call for the fair catch here. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out of the open field, and it's enough to get you a 1st down.
Here comes Kentucky after picking up that 1st down. He wants to throw. Using the quick game. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. And the Wildcats have their offense in high gear. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Now on 2nd down. They'll leave it with the lone back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And that last run was just a nice job seeing the hole, exploding through it. He has had a heck of a night. Now with that carry, over 100 yards on the game. That's the mark you really want to hit as a running back, and he's got that here tonight.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And guys, still down by 4, still needing a touchdown to take the lead. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
And the Hawkeyes brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And those little chunks keep annoying the crud out of you when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations. Shooting up 4 to 6 yards at a pop like that puts you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number 1, we got to stop the run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. Fires on the move. Touchdown, Hawkeye! And they take it in for 6 more points. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Lachey. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Got his man quickly. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Wildcats have it with the 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. That's reeled in. It's Patterson. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down in the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
You have to wonder, after missing a field goal on the last drive, how are they going to play this third down? From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lachey. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Those third and medium calls needed 4 there, and they got it using the quick passing game.
And I think, Reese, on those third and short situations, I think you also know the ball's going to come out quickly. And you got to take away that quick stuff right now. But the QB gets the football, immediately sees the slant, easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Kentucky trying to get a little scratch in the red zone. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Grab near the marker. It's Patterson. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Kentucky will come to the line with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
Nice body position by the defender, really forcing that receiver to the outside there down by the end zone. So he might have caught it, but he wasn't going to be in bounds.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He's got it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's got it! Touchdown, Wildcats!
I know this offense had some question marks coming into the year with respect to who would be catching touchdowns in the offense. I think they may have found their guy. This guy had a TD in their first game. He has another one here. Right now, he's been a matchup problem for opposing defenses.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Getting some heat. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
They'll run it from the gun. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these two teams thus far there in Lexington. And you know, in a day where the spread option and air raid are the offenses of choice, how nice is it to see the 3 yards and a cloud of dust approach? Although we've also seen some runs go for a lot longer. Physical offensive lines coupled with great backs is like a throwback to the olden days, and that's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Old Commonwealth Stadium and Kroger Field.
Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the tailback. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Right back to the well. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field. Hand off from the shotgun. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And the Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the back. Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for space. It's Patterson. At the 20, he's got space. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Able to get 1 down to the 15.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. The Hawkeyes want to move quickly. Got his man on the right. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They relentlessly move forward. Now it's getting down to Cases, 3rd and goal. Trying to pound their way in. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. Straight ahead. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line. Tried to push his way in, but not quite enough on 4th and goal. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Shadow of the goalpost looming. 1st and 10 from their own 1, just looking for breathing room. Looking for room. It's Patterson. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense tries to get rolling from its own 15 on 1st down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
And a great job seeing the motion coming across the formation, understanding the jet sweep's a possibility, pulling the trigger, going and getting the guy on the ground.
Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 15. They try to pop a run on the draw. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
And they try to sneak the draw play in there and try to show pass right away, get it to the running back. Defense not fooled in the slightest. Nice job getting upfield, getting to the running back, getting him on the ground.
He'll off one deep down the left side.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on 3rd, now setting up 4th down.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Handoff from the gun. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll run it from the gun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting 1st downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the running back. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll need to get the ball to the 34 to convert this 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Hawkeyes will call on their punt team. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and gone.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Got it set up on the outside. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. To the ground with the back. Slam to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
They'll throw it on first down. And the pass falls incomplete. That's how we'll wrap up the third quarter of play. But now, time for the fourth quarter. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Gets it out quickly. Can't get him to the ground. On the move at the 30. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it.
Looking for the end zone. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody. Man, that one is going to make this quarterback sick to his stomach. That's almost always automatic for him.
Yeah, that's pitch and catch. That's day one. When you go out and watch practice, the ball very rarely hits the ground unless you have a defender because these QBs and wide receivers are so good. But, man, just a mishap, a little overthrow.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
They're going to throw it again. Quick strike complete. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. They've methodically worked the ball down the field. 11th play of the drive coming up, but this one third and long. He's looking downfield to throw. It's broken up and almost intercepted in the end zone. It'll be fourth down.
Interesting call here for the head coach, too, because you need a touchdown. Now it's fourth and long. You could kick the field goal and cut into the lead, but depends on how much you trust your defense right now. They may go for this one, guys.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is perfect. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. New Mexico State is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Las Cruces for some time. They're up by 28 over the Royals. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. From the gun, running back on the move. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the 1st down and avoid settling for the field goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
That is no good. And guys, after the miss, the lead is still 1. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver shows motion. Handoff to the lone back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. They're facing a 3rd down. Movement here from the tight end. To the ground to try to move the chains. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, I think this running back has proven this game here tonight that he can be counted on and relied on, right? In a big moment right here, late in the game when they need to run the ball to ice this thing, he's able to deliver.
And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Let's go. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Got his man. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And remember, we saw this receiver in the first half have a number of forward-breaking routes, and now in the second half, We're seeing more stuff to the outside. That's a really good adjustment by this offensive coordinator.
Coming after it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Now they'll run the draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the coverage team surrounding the ball, no chance for the return man to get in there on that one. And this defense is going to have to sell out to stop the run and try to get the ball back one last time. Works his way for 3 and gets him out to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and a nice job by this defense. This is a critical moment, right? We got to get the football back. They're backed up, thank goodness. Force a punt here, get the football back so we can make some magic here in this fourth quarter.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here and this drive takes on a different complexion. Looking to throw for it. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
On the move, it's Thompson. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. The defense really did its job, David, and now the offense can put a little breathing room in this one.
Yeah, breathing room would be great, but it's nice to know that you can depend on your defense. Coming up with a big stop, Jesse. I still got the lead. I'm still in a good spot.
And, David, you'd love to be able to pay off that defensive effort by closing this thing out, putting a beautiful drive together here when it matters most.
Offense getting set for 1st down. Give to the running back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. On the move, it's Patterson. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, 3rd and short, I think the offense was probably expecting blitz. That's why they dialed up the screen, but it did not fool the defense. Great job defending the screen, setting up 4th.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together. Get some good mojo going.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Grab near the sticks. It's Howard. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out. The Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He's got his man. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking.
Well, they don't pick up the 1st down there, but in this 2-minute situation, they need their quarterback to be decisive, to be accurate, and make really good decisions. And we'll see what he's able to do as they inch closer and closer towards the goal line.
They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And after the miss, they're still down by a single.